Bloody Mary was a teenager that got pregnant out of wedlock. She tried to hide her pregnancy from her father, but her father found out. And her father, he took the baby, and father never came back. He just vanished. And Mary was so heartbroken, so distraught, that she unalived herself. And to this day, if you go into the mirror and say her name 5 times, she'll come for you because she'll think you have her baby. So be careful and don't say Bloody Mary 5 times in the mirror or you'll find out. So, I was hanging out by the river in Portland one time. This old guy, he came up to me and, he didn't seem too dangerous. He didn't seem too sketched. So we chatted. I gave him a cigarette and he started telling me the story. And it really kind of freaked me out. So I'm going to go ahead and tell it to y'all too, because, yeah, it's kind of deep, and dark. So yeah, one time this lady, she was houseless, and she was like living in a tent by the Burnside Bridge, by the railroad track. And one night it was really, really cold. So she was trying to keep herself warm inside the tent. Well, a tent fire came up, and everything just like, I don't know if y'all have ever experienced a tent fire. I would never recommend it. It's very intense and very horrific. The nylon, it sticks to you. It doesn't burn clean. It's rough. So in order to escape the flames, she tried to run away from them, and she was still on fire. Her hair was on fire, her clothes were on fire, everything was on fire. And at the same time, this train was coming in. And unfortunately, the train didn't stop in time, and she got hit. And to this day, train operators still say that sometimes they'll see kind of a bright light, like a flaming light, coming toward the stop. It never turns out to be anybody, but this is what they've been saying. I mean, I hope that's not real, because I know that people do die in tent fires, and it's a horrific thing. And yeah, this old guy, he seemed kind of shook with it. So I'll leave you at that. But one time my buddy told me the story. It's kind of far out there, but I saw the scars to prove it. So yeah, he was taking a road trip, and he stopped at this rest stop. And on the way out, he started hearing some scraping and like bumping like under his car. So he thought that maybe he caught something up under his car. So he just pulled over the road, and he got out. And when he got out, he felt somebody slice the back of his ankle. Like somebody had like hung out on the bottom of his car and had a knife and sliced his ankle. And when my buddy fell, the guy pushed him out of the way and grabbed his car and carjacked him. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Y'all keep an eye out on your cars and be careful out there. Y'all ever hear about the ghost jogger? So yeah, I heard this story about this ghost jogger that jogs along the stretch of road. You can kind of see him around between like 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. Before, kind of like Tweety bird hours. I call them Tweety bird hours. When the birds are starting to, just wake up, and there might be a little breeze coming through, you see this guy jogging. And if you stop, he'll knock on your window and look at you. and his face is gone. Like, there's no face. It's just empty. And he'll look at you. And even though he doesn't have eyes, you can see it. And you can feel it. You can feel that stare. And when he knocks on your window, it foretells some bad luck. So just be aware on your morning commutes. Don't let them joggers get too close because it might not be an actual jogger. Word to the wise. So I was traveling through Central Oregon one time on the way to Portland, and we ran into this rest stop, and this old guy was at the counter, and he started telling us a story about this bridge that we were gonna like cross soon. And he was like, he looked at his clock, and it was like around 10:30 or 11 at night, and he was like, this might not be the best time to head that way. And we were like, what are you talking about? He was like, well, actually, you might be crossing this bridge, and this bridge is kind of weird. Like, weird things happen on this bridge. And we kind of looked at each other and we were like, okay, right, okay. We thought that, the guy was kind of messing with us, out of towners, just having a laugh. So we're like, all right, well, thanks for the advice. We'll keep an eye out for that. So we headed off, and we hit this stretch road, and we came up on this bridge. And we were listening to the radio, we were just chilling, and all of a sudden, something came through the radio, and it sounded like this kid's voice, and it just sounded really, really creepy. And we just kept on driving. After we got off the bridge, the voice stopped. And we just kept on driving down. We're like, that's weird. It's just really, really awkward and weird. So we kept going, and then we stopped and we got in the hotel room, and my friend, he Googled, like, that bridge, and turns out about 30 years ago, this family crashed on that bridge, and the mom was trying to save the little girl, but the little girl, she drowned with everybody else. And to this day, you can hear that little girl on your radio asking to get out. One time, me and a couple buddies were on a road trip. We were in one of those flyby states. I don't know which one it was. Kansas, Missouri. I don't know. There's a lot of corn and a long straight stretch of road. So we were driving down. It was kind of dark. It's like right like 11 or 12 at night because we were trying to run through to the next town. And all of a sudden, this like big truck came right up behind us and started like riding right up on our bumper. It was really, really fucking intense. He was blowing his horn and like rubbing really, really close to us and like almost running us off the road. And it lasted like maybe 2 or 3 minutes at most. It seemed a lot longer, but we kept on driving, and all of a sudden it just like fucking vanished. Like, the headlights were gone, the sound was gone, there was nothing. We stopped the car and looked around, and there was just like nothing. We didn't hear anything, see anything, nothing. So we get to the next town, and we stop in the little 24-hour coffee shop. I think it might have been a Waffle House or something. I don't know. It was one of those rinky-dink, greasy spoon type places. We stopped, and we were like, hey, we just had like a weird encounter on the road. Like, this big truck's like right behind us, and like it seemed like it was like mad or angry or something. I don't know. It's like right up on our bumper, and then it was just like gone. I don't know if there was something wrong with the trucker or what, but yeah, it's really concerning to us. And the waitress, she looked at us and I was like, well, actually, you might have just ran into that ghost trucker. And we were like, ghost trucker? What do you mean, ghost trucker? And she's like, yeah, about 20 years ago, there was a road rage incident. And this trucker, he ran this guy off the road, and then he committed suicide. And ever since then, like, this truck kind of like harasses cars along the stretch of the road. I don't know, you're not the first one, coming here and tell us about it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not, but that incident, that was real. That was real. It was horrifying. I mean, it was like that truck was like gonna run us off the road. Like I said, I can't remember exactly where it was, but yeah, just be aware of that. On those dark, long stretches of road, you never know what's out there. You really never know what's out there. Thanks for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe for more great content.